Hello and welcome to another, let's start that again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask the Wizard, streaming live. I've got a whole bunch of windows open all at the same time here. Topic for today, what does manifesting and making stew have in common? Now, if that doesn't pique your curiosity, I don't know what will. All right, starting a 5-minute timer. Now get comfortable and we'll see you soon. Hey, whoa, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, everyone? Whoa, let's turn the monitor down just a wee bit. My camera's a little bit hot, so just bear with me here and we'll fix that. Where did it go? When you have so many windows open, you sometimes lose. There it is. Reiki level 1 and 2 workshop coming up this weekend now. Today's Monday, right? Yeah, this weekend. In Red Deer, the first one in like forever. So I'm pleased about that. We'd love to have you join us. If you would like, go to healingcenter.ca and there we go. healingcenter.ca and you can click on the link and find the workshop. Let me think what else. This is simulcast on, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Twitch. Again, go to healingcenter.ca. You can find links for all of that as well. Strip the audio, put it on Spotify, Ask the Wizard Coach. Search for that on Spotify, and you'll be able to pick that up there as well. What does... the camera keeps getting really hot here. I've got the curtains open, so it's the sun that's probably causing me some grief here, but there we are. And the internet was flashing on and off again, so I almost didn't try this, but I'm going on faith. Here we go. So what does manifesting and making stew have in common? At first glance, not a lot, right? So you're making stew and you have all the ingredients that you use for making stew, whatever that looks like. And then you flavor the stew. So you have your particular type of spice, the number of spices that you use, how much spice you put in. And so what you're doing is you're taking this stew and it has, I'm going to say it has some kind of meat in it. It has some vegetables. It has some potatoes. It has some, onions, whatever. Those ingredients are all there. But to make it your own, a lot of times it's the spices that you use. It's the flavoring that you introduce to it that really makes it yours, unique to you. Now, we often hear in the manifesting movement that you create your own reality. I use the phrase myself, and that's very true. Now, having said that, you see, and if you were the only one that ever existed and ever will exist, then 100%, the meat, the potatoes, the carrots, everything in your physical experience, you've created. But here's the thing, you're not the only one. There are other people creating stuff. There's the people that have came before you. There's the people that will come after us, like when we leave this body, right? And so another way to think of it is you're flavoring your external experience. Because isn't that what really makes a difference? When you think about it, you can have 2 pots of stew that have the same material, the same meat, the same potatoes, the same veg, whatever. But it's the seasoning, it's the flavoring of it that really makes it, oh man, this is delicious. And you look at the taste, this one, yeah, that was not so good. What's the difference? So often it's the flavoring. So what you're doing when you're manifesting is you're flavoring your experience. And how do you do that? Well, of course, we've got the 5-step process, which is in the manual right back there. First step is creating your perfect desire. That's the visualizing, that's the fantasizing, that's the daydreaming. And here's an interesting thing too. Looks like I'm freestyling a bit here. What's the difference between fantasizing or daydreaming and creating? Now, this is really valuable. I should have made a separate video on this, but it kind of fits here, so we'll go with it. When a person is daydreaming, they know that that's all it is. They're just daydreaming. It's nothing else. When a person is creating, mechanically, they're often doing the same thing, but they have an awareness and an understanding and intention that as I'm doing this, I'm creating my external experience. You see, so mechanically, it can be the same thing, but it's the intention, and you've heard this a lot too, the intention behind it that makes a difference. So when we are doing that, we are flavoring our external experience. And again, that's really what you're looking for anyway. Now, it doesn't mean that the physical aspects of your experience will change. You can bet your butt that they will. But maybe not initially. So they might not change initially. What we're looking for initially is to flavor the experience so we're experiencing the flavor, I'm saying that a lot of times, that we want to experience, and that a lot of times too. So if you want it to be more salty, I'll use that word, you're going to put more salt in it. If you don't, you put less in it, or you put sugar in it, or whatever, right? So that's what you're doing when you're fantasizing, when you're daydreaming, is you're flavoring your experiences. So initially, often what will happen is your feelings will change before the physical does. And so maybe the physical pieces haven't really changed a lot, But you will feel, and I'm just cherry picking words now, but you'll feel maybe more at peace. You'll feel happier. You will feel encouraged. You will feel more inspired. Even though the meat and the potatoes maybe haven't changed yet. So you haven't got new stew yet. You're changing the flavoring of the one that you currently have. And so often that's the process. We're looking at manifesting change in our physical world, which is good. But often that intermediary step is feeling good despite the fact, the quote unquote fact, that nothing has changed in your physical world. You see, it's always achieving that feeling state. So when you think about it, a good way to think about it is I'm flavoring my experience. What is a flavor of my experience? Do I want to feel happy? I'm just picking words now. Do I want to feel happy or do I want to feel sad? Do I want to feel, again, I'll use words, positive? Do I want to feel negative? Do I want to feel peaceful? Do I want to feel chaos? Right? That type of thing. It's that intermediary step that so often, because we don't understand it, it's hard to get in it and stay in it because we're looking for things to change. Things haven't changed, or maybe you start to feel a little bit better and you go, well, crap, things haven't changed yet. Guess what happens? Now you're changing the flavoring of it again. So understanding that intermediary step where you're feeling good, you're feeling positive, you're feeling whatever, pain, physical pain. Maybe all the physical pain isn't gone yet, but for some reason you feel more hopeful about the physical pain being gone. That's that valuable, invaluable intermediate step, which is changing your vibration, which is flavoring your experience, which is the precursor to your physical experience changing. All right, guys, that was it. The internet was kind of up and down and all around this morning, so I did this one on faith, and it looks like it held all the way through. So thanks for joining in Reiki Workshop this weekend in Red Deer, healingcenter.ca for the details. Share. We're all in this together. See you on the web.